Hey guys, Jay here, and today I'm going to be working on my boot covers for my Advent Children Cloud cosplay. So, I have a second camera set up, as you can probably see right here. That is going to be, obviously, as you can now see, pointing down at everything I'm doing. So these are the boot covers I just made, but I don't like them. They aren't horrible, but I think they might be too short. So, like, they're actually decent, but like I said, they might be too short, so I'm going to be using these ones instead. These aren't the ones I'm going to be actually using on the boot, but I'm going to make a pattern from these. So originally I had showed how to make a pattern for this one right here, but I think I'm not going to worry about that anymore because it just didn't work out the way I planned it to. And I think that you'll be able to see under here because the pants lift up, because he has these straps on his pants that lift the front of his pants up, and you'll be able to see over here. And I want to prevent that. These will be much higher up, so I want to just do that instead. So we're getting rid of this, and actually I should probably, yeah, there's pins in this. Since I'm not using it anymore, I should take them out. Also, nothing I can do about the zippers on here, so I have to go get more of those. I have the boots here, which are just black boots, and then I have now two zippers. These are 14-inch zippers, and I don't need them to be that long, but that works fine for me. So what we're going to be doing is, I don't know if it's a good idea to... Oh, I made it so you can't do that. Cool. I didn't remember, but it seems that I put super glue in there, so that can't come undone. All right. That means that I can flip these inside out without the zipper coming off, because there's no stopper there or way to put it back on if it were to come off. So, because it wasn't a separate zipper, it was a double zipper that I cut in half to use one on here and one on the other one. And they were just zippers I had laying around and they matched what I wanted, so I used them here. But I need this to lay flat like this so that I can get the pattern from it. So I'll just be taking some of the black vinyl fabric that I used on the other boot covers that I'm not using anymore, and then yeah, do this, and then I'll use this, and then I'm only going to go up to here, where I don't need it to be that big. It doesn't need to be way up here. And then I can just connect the top here. Alright, now I can use the Sharpie, and this is about 1/8 of an inch, so I'll do it right there. So that way I know that's my line. Bam! So I can do that, and then put the two pieces together. Alright, and now just cut it out. Now what we have to do, not that, that's an empty one. This, get one of the thing, actually, probably not. Let's not do that yet. Actually, I should probably sew this together. So what I'm gonna do here is a little different than what I did on the other one, which the other one I made a whole pattern for and then cut pieces apart. This one, what I'm going to do is sew the back together and then leave the front open for now, and then make a front panel, because the front has like an extra piece going down with a zipper on it. And so it's not like the zipper is just there, like with the zipper ribbon part showing. It's behind something. It's like it's behind a panel. So I'm gonna do that, and then the front of the panel will stop right up here. So I'll just make a pattern like off of here, and then it'll stop right there and then wrap around, so it'll be a little bit bigger than this shape. So I don't know how to explain it other than to just do one, I guess. So I'll make the pattern first. So let's do like this, Actually, let's do this way first and go, and then when I put that on top of here, do this into the light so that I can see through the paper and line up the corners. Not perfect, but it'll work. So, and then I can go like, okay, so maybe the panel goes to here. That looks about right. Then goes down like that. That could work right there. Make this about 1/2 inch wider going all the way around here. And then that way it can fold under. You'll see when I get to it. So this edge, I'm not gonna fold the edge in. I thought about doing that, but because it'll look nicer, I guess, but it doesn't fray. This fabric doesn't fray. So it's not a big deal. So use my crappy scissors. Yeah, this will go. Let me grab the other one so you can see it better. So stop it. So this will be like the front, and then there will be this side that goes over it like this, and there'll be a zipper under here that pokes out, and then a zipper here that zips the whole thing up. And then this front zipper that zips the whole thing up is going to be functional. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know what? No, I shouldn't sew this together now that I think of it. I should do this first, because I might be able to straight up sew this down with my machine. That could work better actually. So I'll do that first. So you'll notice I actually put extra down here, like a little bit extra fabric, or a little bit seam allowance, I guess, but it's not going to be seam allowance. That's not going to get tucked under. I made it a little bit longer just in case, so that I can line it up perfectly on the bottom, so that it'll look like it's seamless without without 2 layers. That way I can make sure it looks right. All right, this should be a more accurate representation. So it'll be like that. Sweet. All right, so now I can take out one of these zippers. And this is one of the ones I'm gonna cut in half. So even better representation of what I mean. So to go this one, then the zipper, then the boot cover under it. So yeah, except this will go all the way around that. Now I'm going to take each of these zippers and put them on here and sew them up. Anyway, I'm not gonna have this camera on while I do this because there's really no reason to, because you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna do it on the other camera, and yeah, whatever. Alright, so as you saw, I just did everything by hand. I didn't use my machine. I thought I was going to, but I ended up not doing that. Mostly because I don't think this is actually going to work in my machine as I thought it was going to, because this backside here, it's really hard to get this across my machine. It likes to snag, as well as it'll push like you're not going to be able to see it on camera, but it kind of fuzzes up a little bit, and it'll do that with the needle going through it and get into my machine, and I don't want that to happen. So I decided against it. But I'm going to do this 3 more times. So I'm going to do it on the other one that goes on the other side. Actually, I might, before I get into anything, I'm just probably going to trace out 4 or 3 more of these, and then 3 more of these pieces, this one that I put the zipper on. And then I'll do everything and get to this point, to this exact point on all 4 of them. And then I'll get into putting the zipper here. But since I did a different one, I have 3 empty zipper things now and only 1 full one. So I have to get more zippers. But I'm gonna at least try to get to this point again where I have all these down, or at the very least cut them all out so I know they're all gonna fit together, and then just pin everything together, and then maybe just do one boot cover by itself and call the video at that, call that the end, and then just be like, hey, do the same thing on the other one. I'll see what happens when I get to that point. But yeah, so I'm gonna do everything else off camera, and I'm gonna get around to putting the other side on here so that I have these two, but I'm going to trace them out 2 more times each so that I have, or yeah, 2 more times, not 3. I don't know why I said tracing it out 3 more times. 2 more times so that I have a 2 sides of the other foot. So I'll be back after all of that stuff. All right, so yeah, I think I am gonna just call it here. So I did do the entirety of this. Now, this isn't sewn up, but I mean, you understand. I'm just gonna sew it up with a straight stitch. I'm probably just gonna do it on my machine if I can. I don't think I can with this type of fabric, so I might have to do that by hand. I don't want to sit here and do that. So I'm gonna see what I can do. If my machine will run this through without snagging, I'll do that. But if it starts snagging, I'll stop and do it by hand, which you guys don't need to see again. It's just the same thing as I've been doing, just over here instead. No big deal. Now I do have 2 pieces here that are traced out from this, the base piece here. And now I did also, I said I was going to wrap around the top piece and do whatever. I didn't do that. So it's just sewn with the zipper in between both layers. So there's like a pocket here almost. It goes all the way down. And yeah, the zipper's inside that. So you don't actually see it on the back side. Which I guess looks nicer. I did also on the top, I don't know how well you can see the top here. Let's do that. Up here, this will fly off. I think. I'm not even gonna test it because I don't want it to by accident, but it might. So I'm gonna put super glue up here probably, but I did wrap a bunch of thread, like 10 layers or 20 layers of wrapping thread around it. The other one, I don't think I did as many, but you can definitely see it on this one, and it's very hard to see on the other one, so I must have done a lot less. I didn't count them, I just started wrapping, and I just put the needle through, tightened it, put the needle through, tightened it, that kind of thing. So it looped around a whole bunch, and I'm just hoping that that's enough. If not, then whatever, but I am gonna super glue on top of it. Hope that'll add another layer of barrier to it, so that not only will this not come off, but it won't rip the thread, because the super glue will strengthen the thread and make it so it doesn't, so that the zipper pull doesn't rip through it, because it can just shred that thread if you do it enough. And so I don't want to accidentally do that, so super glue. That's what I did on the other ones. On the bottom side of the brown ones that are for my other cloud cosplays, there's super glue down here because it's just cut, like it's just a zipper that's cut on both ends, so it can come off either side. So the top side, it's never going to get used because it folds over, but the bottom side, it can just come right off. So there's a ton of super glue holding it shut, like the entire thing shut, just like this one is with this bottom here. This doesn't come apart. So I got ones that I didn't even realize it. It would have been easier, but I got ones that didn't come apart, so it's just a stationary zipper that can't, it's not like a jacket, basically. It's more like a pocket. But yeah, so that's basically what I did here. And then I added Velcro to the bottom. It's just pinned on right now with safety pins, but it's just one side of Velcro and the other side of Velcro, and they're Velcro together. There's really nothing to say about that. I might change that. The other ones, the brown ones, have elastic, which is better, and those have they're thin elastic that have small parachute clips. So these, seen these in like shopping carts for the child safety seats. Yeah, this. So I have a few small ones of those. I only have one set left, so I might just use the big set because they'll fit under here no problem, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet. That's why these are still just safety pinned on, so whatever. But I do also have to just make sure this fits around my leg better, it's a little loose and opened, so I just have to work that. Like, I just have to keep taking it off, pinning it up tighter, and then putting it on, and then repeating until it fits better. That's just gonna take a little time that I don't need to sit here on camera and do. There's no reason to do that. So I'll do all that stuff on my own time. But this was just to show you the basics of how I did this. And yeah, that's basically what I did here. So I will cut over right now to showing you how I did the other one for this. The one I showed you at the beginning where I said I didn't like it. Because that's going to show you how to pattern it out. Because this is different, okay? This is kind of like, there's a couple layers, there's like this panel in the front kind of. This isn't normal to how most boot covers are made. But in that one, which I'm probably showing you like sped up B-roll or something right now, that one, you just put saran wrap over it, and it's the same thing as making a pattern on anything else, like your arm or your chest or something. Instead it's just going on the boot, and then you draw out what you want. Now, if you want to do this where it's a boot that's going to go up on your leg, you're going to want to put the shoe or boot or whatever on, and then wrap up your leg as high as you want the boot to go, or the boot cover to go. And then that way you can make that into a pattern that goes around the boots, and then also around your legs. This is a very common technique. Tons of people have done it. Millions of people use this technique in most of their costumes. So I've done it multiple times in other costumes. That's how I did it for my Cloud ones, or my other Cloud ones, my Dissidia and Final Fantasy VII Remake ones. They're exactly the same. I used a pattern that I got off of the thing. I don't know where it is. That's why I used that as the pattern instead, because I don't know what happened to it. That was like 2015, I think, when I made those. But anyway, I'm rambling and I need to end the video, so I will. So if you like it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.